We're told that Amaru bought 5 kilograms of apples and 2 kilograms of strawberries to make treats for a bake sale. What additional information is needed to find out how much 1 kilogram of strawberries cost? So before I even look at the choices, well, first of all, you should pause this video, try it on your own. But I'm not even going to look at the choices, and I'm just going to try to answer the question straight without looking at it. So they're telling us how many kilograms of apples Amaru bought and how many kilograms of strawberries. What we care about is how much does 1 kilogram of strawberries cost? Well, in order to figure out how much 1 kilogram of strawberries cost, we have to know how much did Amaru pay. So how much did Amaru pay for the 2 kilograms of strawberries? If we know how much they paid for 2 kilograms, then we can divide by 2 and say, okay, that's how much it's going to be per kilogram. So for example, if Amaru spent, say, $10, which they didn't tell us, I'm making that up, on 2 kilograms, then we know that this is the same thing as $5 per 1 kilogram. But we don't have to actually figure out the actual amount per kilogram because they didn't give us enough information. But let's see which of these choices makes sense based on what I just said. We need to know how much money Amaru spent on strawberries. Yep, that's exactly what I just said, so that is likely the right answer. But let's look at the other ones. We need to know how much money Amaru spent. The reason why that's not going to be so useful is they also spent money on apples. And so you don't know how much, if you just know the total amount Amaru spent, you don't know how much is on apples and how much is on strawberries. So I would rule that one out. No additional information is needed. No, we already know. If you just know that Amaru bought 2 kilograms of strawberries but didn't know how much they spent on the strawberries, then you're in trouble. So we want to rule that one out. We need to know how much money Amaru, this S shouldn't be there, spent on apples. Well, that would help figuring out how much apples cost per kilogram, but it will not help us how much strawberries are per kilogram. Now, if we knew B and D, then maybe we could back into that A, and then we could back into that the per kilogram cost. But just D by itself is also not going to be enough. And so we're done with that one. Let's do another example, actually. So in this example, we're told Wendell spent $87 on amusement park tickets for himself and his friends. He also spent about $26 on bus tickets to get to the park. What additional information is needed to determine how much each amusement park ticket costs? So pause this video again and have a go at that. All right, so we just care about each amusement park ticket. So really this information on bus tickets is really not that useful for at least the question we're getting at. We know Wendell spent a total of $87 on amusement park tickets, but we don't know how many tickets he actually bought. It just says for himself and his friends. We don't know how many friends. It might be 2 friends. It might be 20 friends that he bought tickets for. So what we need to figure out is how many total tickets did he buy? How many people did he buy tickets for, including himself? If we know that, we just divide $87 by the number of tickets, and then you know how much each ticket costs. So let's see. We need to know the number of tickets bought. Yeah, that's right. I like that choice. We need to know the cost of each bus ticket. No, that's not what we're asking, and that would not help us with the amusement park tickets. Yeah, we definitely need additional information. We need to know the amount of money Wendell started with. No, that does not help us, because even if you knew that, you would maybe know how much Wendell ends up with after spending this money, but you will not know how much each ticket costs. So we would rule that one out as well.